Jade Cargill has called out WWE fans. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what she had to say and why she called them out and why she has every right to do so and why you'll actually agree with her. Because Jade Cargill, she has been on the forefront of SmackDown booking. You look at what her and Bianca Belair have been doing. They have legitimately been paired at the hip since Jade Cargill made her WWE debut, right? Leaving AEW last year, signing with WWE in November. From the moment she was in WWE, she's been with Bianca, whether that was the famous stare down at the Women's Royal Rumble or being paired together when she was officially called up to the main roster, made her debut. Her, Naomi, they've all three, this 3 trios tag team. It's really interesting. They should really have their own faction. This is what she wants, because Jade Cargill wants the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships to be consistently defended at premium live events. Jade Cargill, Belair, they have joined forces. They won the Women's Tag Team titles once earlier this year, but WWE made this moronic decision to drop them to Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn. I don't understand it. The only explanation that I have, and I think a lot of you will agree with this, is the fact that WWE just simply wanted to do a title change and put a set of championships on those who were from the country at the time. I really think that's the only reason. I still don't think it, because they're still feuding with Isla Dawn and Alba Fyre, right? Like, there's no other reason as to why. Anyways, Jade Cargill, she recently did an interview with Metro. She talked about the women's tag team division, and she noted that she wanted fans to demand more focus on it. This is where she called them out. She said, it's a big deal. You know, one of our goals is to consistently have these belts on premium live events. So we want the fans to demand it, because we're out here having these phenomenal matches. We have Bianca, we have myself, and we're used to being solo artists. And being to work with her and to bring it together and have these matches, they should be demanding to see that. Now, in a recent interview with Scott Fishman of TV Insider, Cargill also talked about teaming with Bianca Belair, where she called it an honor and a pleasure. This is what she had to say. It's been great because she has been at the top of the echelon. First of all, working with her has been an honor and a pleasure. Just to be really able to mesh ideas and figure out what works and what doesn't. If I'm having a hard time, what do you do when you have the hard days? Interesting. So there's a lot to break down here, y'all. So that's where she called out the WWE fans, right? It is a big deal because I've talked about this in the past and I will once again talk about it here. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships have always had this to it, right? It depends on the champions. The champions are what make the titles. It's not a cohesive, it's not a, the title elevates someone a little bit, but also you have to have the right momentum with the right star, with the right booking. You put it's like a triangle, right? Right star, right title, right booking. You put that triangle together, boom, you got magic. When Mercedes Moné, a.k.a. Sasha Banks, and Bayley were tag team champions, the inaugural champions, I might add, those title belts meant something. When Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair were champions, those titles meant something. It's just a reality of the situation. Right now, all due to respect to Alba Fyre, all due to respect to Isla Dawn, they're not on the same level as Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. They're just not. They're not on the same level of a Moné and Bayley. Now those are they're superstars, right? But what they're doing right now with those titles, right? So for instance, I went to Friday Night SmackDown last week here in Tulsa, and I saw Jade Cargill, who I'm very high on, take on, I believe it's Alba Fyre, could have been Isla Dawn, either one. It was a singles match. Had to take a break. And as soon as Jay got into the ring, I booked it. I hurried, had no line. And by the time I got back, within a span of 3 minutes. The match was over. I was not expecting that. And I was a little bummed by that because I'm a Jade Cargill fan, right? And it's like, well, I missed out on that. That sucked. Right? Like, that is the type of things that they could do better on. Why are we doing a 3-minute match if this was a World Championship program? Well, it's the women's tag team titles. Who cares? We need to have a match. We need to have a women's match. Okay, well, we got this feud, right? It's a tag team feud. Strip. Let's just put them out there in a singles, have Jade go over, beat our champion, by the way, and move on. A babyface challenger in that. It's very odd. Like, if the roles were flipped and say, Isla Dawn or let's say this, if Jade was the heel and she was going up against a babyface and the babyface was the champion, well, then you would have the heel go over, but you would do so in a screwy, cheating way to get more heat on the heel, to get more heat on the program, and to make the babyface look okay because they're your champion. They didn't do that. And so it's like, well, what are we doing? If y'all are out there, if y'all want to see women's wrestling continuously evolve, if you want to see the women's tag team championships actually mean something and them take care of it, then you have got to ask more. You have got to ask more from Triple H. You have got to ask more from the company, because if you want women's wrestling, if you want women's tag team championships to matter, then it all starts with your champion, right? If you don't have a strong world champion, you don't have a strong brand. That's just reality. It doesn't matter if it's male or female. If you are going to have a champion, they must be strong. I don't care to look at comedy champions. I don't care to look at the 24/7 title. That was a joke. I don't care. But if it's your world, or if it's your tag, or if it's your normal championships, not the speed champion, I don't care. If it's a core championship, which, by the way, WWE is up to 17 now. 17 titles in WWE. That's insane to me. Then you have got to make them mean something, because if not, they're just props at the end of the day, right? A title belt is a prop in which you enhance. You enhance by making it important, telling people and hitting them over the head with it that this is important. And that's what Jade Cargill's talking about here. She's wanting fans to remind the company, hey, these belts, they're important to us. They should be important to you. Like, do something here. Let me know down in the comments there below, what do you think about Jade Cargill's comments? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you like? Do you not like? Thank y'all so much for watching.